Hello everybody, and this is the final video. This is the video for the assignment number 3, which is the SPSS analysis for the dependent or paired samples t-test. So you're going to start out with, of course, your blank screen for SPSS. First step is to go down to variable view, tap on it. You're going to get this screen and you want to create your variables. First will be pre-test, and just mind you that I'm actually using the same variables as the data set we used for the Excel example for assignment 2 earlier. If I go ahead and hit tab after I've written in pretest, of course the other columns open up. I'm going to go ahead and go to label, and I'm going to write pretest as well. Now, unlike chi-square, I don't need to put any values here. I'm just going to keep hitting tab, and then notice I go to measure. When I hit tab one more time, it just defaults to scale, which again is like ratio interval. And for the t-test, we're only going to be using the scale because we're looking at the values for the pretest, and they are in the ratio interval level of measurements. So I'm going to go ahead and keep hitting tab, and then it's going to bring me down to my next variable, which is post-test. Oops, there we go. I hit tab, yep, opens up again. Again, you don't have to use labels here, but if you would like to, that's fine. Coming again to measure, I hit tab, and yes, it defaults to scale. Once the variables have been created, you can go down to the data view and click on it, and there they are. I already pre-saved the data for this particular example, so I'm just going to go ahead and load it for you by hitting Control V, and it'll populate. So these are the same numbers I had on the Excel example in the earlier video. If you want to analyze the pre and post test variables on SPSS, you go up to Analysis, and now notice that on this screen you have all of your available functions, but because a t-test compares means, we're going to go down to compares means, and because we're doing dependent samples t-test, which is also called paired samples t-test, we're going to arrive here. If I tap this, it's going to open up this particular box. You'll notice that there's a place for variable 1 and variable 2. This is highlighted already, pretest, and it's going to be our first variable. I'm going to go ahead and hit the arrow, and it's going to put that in. If I go ahead and highlight the second one, it's going to enter that as well. And when we get to this point, all we really need to do is hit OK. There it is. We have the screen that shows all of our data. And if we scroll down a little bit, we'll see what's happening here. We see that the t-score is the negative 18.488, which is the same as we saw on the Excel. Notice that the p-value is 0.000. It's so small, it didn't even register within the 3 decimal places. So it's clearly below 0.05. Therefore, we have a statistical significance, just as we found on the Excel. And that makes perfect sense because that's exactly what we found there. So it's consistent. And that is exactly how you find the dependent samples or dependent paired samples statistic using SPSS. Again, it's similar to the chi-square except for the comparison of means. And of course, we're not entering the additional attribute values. Feel free to play this as many times as you want, or send me a question or an email if you have anything further that you need to know. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.